Imagine that everything you perceive around you is only a fraction of reality, that the world you see with your physical eyes is barely a shadow of what truly exists. Since time immemorial, sages and mystics have spoken of a latent power within every human being, a hidden portal in the deepest part of consciousness, an invisible eye that not only sees but transcends, the third eye. For some, it's just a symbol. For others, a metaphor for intuition. But in ancient spiritual traditions, the third eye is the key to perceiving hidden dimensions, to seeing beyond the illusion of the material world. The ancient Egyptians represented it with the Eye of Horus. In Hinduism, it's the Ajna chakra, the center of divine perception. In Hermeticism, it's the gateway to gnosis, supreme knowledge. But here arises a disturbing question. If the third eye is so powerful, why has the modern world relegated it to myth? Why were the ancient teachings that spoke of it hidden or distorted? Perhaps because awakening it means liberation, because whoever activates it can no longer be manipulated. Today we will explore the truth that has been kept in the shadows for centuries. We will discover why this knowledge has been suppressed, what effects it has on our perception, and most importantly, how to awaken this dormant power within us. Prepare yourself for a journey beyond ordinary sight toward absolute perception. The third eye has been an enigma throughout history. From the most ancient civilizations to modern esoteric currents, this idea has been represented, revered, and in some cases, deliberately hidden. In ancient Egypt, the Eye of Horus offered vision beyond the physical world. It wasn't just an emblem of protection, but an anatomical map that curiously aligns with the structure of the pineal gland in the human brain. For Egyptian priests, the third eye was the gateway to higher consciousness, the bridge between the earthly and the divine. In India, Vedic sages called it Ajna, the sixth chakra, an energy center located at the brow that, when activated, allowed clairvoyance, deep intuition, and connection with the absolute. It's said that yogis who mastered this center could see the past, the future, and the true essence of all things. In Western Hermetic and alchemical traditions, the third eye was described as the eye of the spirit, a tool to decipher the universe's secrets. In medieval occult texts, they spoke of inner vision, an ability only the initiated could develop to transcend the illusion of matter. But if the third eye has been recognized in so many cultures, why does most of the world today consider it a mere myth? The answer is unsettling. As humanity plunged into the age of reason and materialism, all knowledge that challenged institutional control was suppressed. Spirituality ceased to be an inner exploration and became dogma. Intuition was replaced by pure logic, and the hidden capacities of the human being were buried under centuries of oblivion and manipulation. Even in modern science, we find traces of this hidden truth. The pineal gland, that small structure in the center of the brain, has been called by some researchers the seat of the soul. The ancients knew its activation led to expanded states of consciousness. But today, this gland is attacked without us realizing it. Fluoride in water, electromagnetic waves, and artificial lifestyles have been calcifying the pineal gland, blocking its function. Is this a mere coincidence or a well-designed plan to keep us disconnected? One thing is certain. The awakening of the third eye is not just a mystical concept, but ancestral knowledge that has been intentionally silenced. We will explore how this hidden eye really works, what effects it has on our perception, and how to begin opening it. I ask you, are we ready to see beyond the illusion? If the third eye is real, how does it work? Ancient spiritual traditions maintain that this center of power is not just a metaphor, but a tangible gateway to a deeper reality. On a physical level, it's linked to the pineal gland, a small structure in the center of the brain with a function science still doesn't fully understand. What we do know is that the pineal gland contains microscopic apatite crystals, making it sensitive to electromagnetic fields. It also regulates melatonin production, the hormone that controls our sleep cycles. But the sages of antiquity claimed it had an even deeper purpose, to be the portal of consciousness to higher dimensions. In altered states of perception, like deep meditation, lucid dreaming, or even near-death experiences, the pineal gland seems to activate, releasing substances that induce visions, expanded consciousness, and a sense of connection with the whole. It's been theorized that it may produce DMT, the so-called spirit molecule, which many indigenous cultures have used in shamanic rituals to access other planes of reality. But here arises another unsettling question. If we all possess this tool within us, why don't most people use it? Mystics would say humanity has been conditioned to ignore it. From an early age, we're taught to rely exclusively on our physical senses. We're told what to think, what to believe, what to fear. The rational mind becomes our only guide, and any perception that escapes logic is dismissed as imagination or madness. But the ancients knew reality isn't limited to what the physical eyes capture. Activating the third eye doesn't mean seeing with your eyes, but perceiving the truth behind the illusion. It's feeling the energy behind every situation, understanding the universe's language without words, seeing beyond the mask the world imposes. Yogis and initiates in mystery schools practice specific techniques to awaken this center of power. They spoke of visualizing the inner eye, concentrating on the brow during meditation, using certain sounds and frequencies that resonated with the pineal gland. Even today, some claim to have experienced a spontaneous activation of the third eye. They describe a sensation of pressure in the forehead, flashes of light in the dark, symbolic visions, or extremely sharp intuition. For some, this opening brings clarity and profound revelations, but for others, it can be overwhelming, even terrifying. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt your intuition show you something you couldn't explain? Have you experienced strange sensations in your brow or in your dreams? Share your experience. I want to read it, because seeing beyond the illusion means facing the truth, and not all truths are comfortable. But if you've made it this far, it's because something inside you knows there's more than what we've been told. This knowledge has been distorted, the dangers and myths about the third eye, and what really happens when it's activated. Are you ready to cross the threshold? The awakening of the third eye is a topic wrapped in mystery and fear. Throughout history, many spiritual traditions have spoken of its benefits, but also warned of its dangers. Why? Because opening the third eye means seeing the truth without filters, and the truth isn't always what we expect. In the modern era, the concept of the third eye has been twisted to the point of becoming a cliché. Some reduce it to mere intuition or a meaningless mystical trick. Others associate it with baseless theories or dangerous practices promising instant results. But the reality is far deeper. In the teachings of yogis and ancient sages, it was said that opening the third eye without preparation could be overwhelming, not because it's inherently dangerous, but because it exposes our mind to a reality greater than we're accustomed to. An uncontrolled activation of this center can cause energetic hypersensitivity, perceiving too many vibrations and foreign emotions without knowing how to handle them, disconnection from material reality, feeling trapped in philosophical or spiritual thoughts without finding balance in daily life, overwhelming experiences like intense visions, uncontrollable lucid dreams, or the sensation of being watched by invisible presences. That's why, in ancient traditions, this knowledge was passed only to initiates who demonstrated mental maturity and stability, not because it was a forbidden secret, but because without a solid foundation, the truth can be too intense for those unprepared. For some, the awakening of the third eye begins with subtle signs, stronger, more precise intuition, a sensation of pressure or warmth in the brow, flashes of light or symbolic images when closing the eyes, greater mental clarity and detachment from ego illusions. For others, the experience is more intense, constant déjà vu, as if they'd lived certain moments before, perception of hidden patterns in society and human behavior, contact with spiritual guides or experiences of expanded consciousness. Some even report seeing energies, luminous forms, or entities that were previously invisible. But here's an important warning. Not everything perceived in these states is necessarily absolute truth. The third eye amplifies perception, but the mind still filters reality through its beliefs and fears. That's why ancient masters taught that before opening the third eye, it was essential to purify the mind and heart. Because if your mind is full of fear, that's what you'll see. If your heart is at peace, what you'll perceive is light. So the question isn't just how to open the third eye, but what version of reality are you prepared to see? I'll reveal real, ancestral techniques to develop this perception without falling into common mistakes or opening doors we can't close. Knowing the third eye exists is just the first step. The real journey begins when we decide to awaken it. But here's where many go wrong. It's not about forcing its opening with extreme methods or seeking intense experiences without preparation. The third eye opens when the body, mind, and spirit are in balance. Ancient masters taught that before seeing beyond the veil, we must learn to see ourselves. So if you truly want to activate your inner vision, you need to practice awareness, purification, and intention. Here I share millennia-old techniques used for centuries to awaken the Ajna chakra and connect with a higher perception. Purification of the pineal gland. The third eye is linked to the pineal gland, but in most people, this gland is dormant or calcified due to pollution, stress, and certain chemicals like fluoride. To awaken it, you need to purify your body and energy. Avoid fluoride, reduce consumption of fluoridated water, and use fluoride-free toothpaste. Vibrant diet. Eat foods rich in antioxidants like blueberries, pure cocoa, and algae like spirulina. Conscious sun exposure. Sunlight stimulates serotonin and melatonin production, hormones tied to the pineal gland. Activating crystals. Amethyst and sodalite are known for their ability to stimulate spirituality. Cleansing the pineal gland isn't optional. It's an essential foundation for activating the third eye without interference. Inner eye meditation. Yogis knew focused attention was key to awakening the third eye. This technique is simple but powerful. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Direct your attention to the brow, right at the center of your forehead. Imagine a point of violet or indigo light pulsing gently there. Stay in a state of observation without forcing images or expectations. If you feel pressure or warmth in the brow, it's a sign of activation. Repeated daily, this practice begins to strengthen the connection with the inner eye. Mantras and frequencies for activation. Sound is vibration, and vibration can stimulate the awakening of the Ajna chakra. Tibetan monks and yoga practitioners use specific mantras to resonate with the third eye. The most powerful is the mantra Om, which emits a vibration of expanded consciousness. Sit in meditation, take a deep breath, and chant Om, letting the vibration resonate in your skull. Feel it fill your head and activate the brow. Black mirror technique. In ancient mystery schools, initiates use black mirrors or obsidian surfaces to train their inner vision. This method involves staring into a mirror in complete darkness, with a lit candle to one side, allowing the subconscious to reveal hidden images or symbols. Sit in front of a mirror in a dark room, place a lit candle to one side but not directly lighting your face, relax your gaze, and observe your reflection without blinking too much. Stay in this state for 10 to 15 minutes. This practice can heighten perception of subtle energies and reveal subconscious messages. Awakening through lucid dreaming. Many who activate their third eye begin to experience more vivid dreams, even lucid dreams where they can control what happens. If you want to strengthen your inner vision through dreams, try this technique. Before sleep, repeat mentally, "Tonight, I will be aware in my dream." Keep a dream journal and note any visions or messages received. Practice reality checks during the day. Ask yourself, "Am I dreaming?" to build the habit of questioning reality. The more conscious we become in dreams, the easier it is to expand our perception while awake. The final key, intention and discipline. The third eye isn't a trick or a game. It's a tool for profound self-knowledge. This is just the beginning of the journey. If you want more content on hidden wisdom, spiritual perception, and truths that have been concealed, subscribe and activate the bell. What's coming will surprise you. If you activate it with pure intention and discipline, you'll begin to perceive the world in an entirely different way. Your intuition will sharpen. You'll feel energies you once ignored. You'll see reality with unsettling clarity. But if you do it out of shallow curiosity or without preparation, it can be overwhelming. The awakening of the third eye isn't the end of the path, but the start of a new way of existing. I'll show you what happens after opening the third eye, how to interpret the visions, and how to integrate this new perception into daily life without losing balance. Opening the third eye isn't just an awakening of perception, it's an awakening of the self. When you begin to see beyond the illusions of the material world, you realize something unsettling. Most people live asleep. They follow routines without questioning, accept imposed truths, perceive only what their senses allow them to see. But you're not like them. If you've made it this far, it's because there's a spark inside you seeking something more. A part of you knows the world is far deeper than we've been told. That reality isn't just what's seen, but what's felt. Once you do it, there's no turning back. The question is, are you ready for what's coming? The truth isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it reveals things we'd rather not know. But it also liberates. It lets you take control of your destiny instead of being a mere spectator. However, the true purpose of the third eye isn't just to see beyond. It's to understand what you see. If you use it with wisdom, you'll become unstoppable. If you use it without preparation, you could lose yourself in chaos. So now that you know the techniques and the risks, the choice is yours. Will you keep seeing life as before, or dare to look beyond? Will you let others define your perception, or take control of your consciousness? Will you open your mind or keep accepting the imposed reality? If this message resonated with you, share your experience in the comments. Here, we explore the mysteries others don't want you to know, revealing knowledge that can change your perception of the world. And if you're ready for more revelations about hidden wisdom, subscribe to the channel and join us on this journey into the unknown. Remember, what you seek is also seeking you.